They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. You talk about this Lions defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
You have to like the way that they played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
On play action, now McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. That one, a gain of 20, and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing is McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 32-yard line. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 14.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. To try here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Lions nothing. Will Riker to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a first and 10 right at the 30. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Two plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Running free at the 45. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. The Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You talk about this Lions defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Able to avoid him. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
44-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, kill!
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of 40. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
That's good.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The Lions at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Got his man, it's Williams. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Finding Williams once more, complete. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
10 more yards.
And these two hooked up on a nice game that played before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now it's gone. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Samuel Porter, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they're both game planning for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
10 at the 30-yard line.
McCarthy off the play fake. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
Good sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Ball on the 35. Here comes second and 5. On second down, they'll run it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36.
38 yards. And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Roger McCreary there to bring him down defensively. Here's a second and 8.
At the Lions' 34-yard line.
To the air with McCarthy. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Jefferson going to go in motion right.
19 Lions, Buffalo 18. 70 Rangers.
Looking to throw McCarthy. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14.
Lions 14.
Unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10.
Come on.
Play action. It's gone. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
White 20. Hey, 5. Orange. Value 1.
Gone. That is caught by Laporta. That was signaling the timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. You're dealing with things you ain't seen before.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
Makes the score.
So they're able to get that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. From the shotgun, McCarthy. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
We're good.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Tiger.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Will Riker to kick off for the Vikings.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Ric Flair. What's that?
Here's Goff. And he is caught. And he's going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return. Get out across the 35 to the 36.
36-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
On play action, McCarthy. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
First down, Vikings.
inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
To number 83. It's a gain of 9.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 1.
34-yard line.
Let's go now. Half the 60. Half the 60. Bring it. 60 by 6.
Back to throw. McCarthy going underneath. He's got Hockenson. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll be brought down at the 27. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
A gain of 7. And the Vikings first down.
79. Go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Lions 24. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning.
There he goes, right side. He's on his way. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Lions are able to move back in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And the Vikings.
17 yards, first down, Vikings.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Minnesota.
On play action, now McCarthy. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And his throw here is incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Throwing is McCarthy. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, but their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set, go.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Quick throw complete.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready, go.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Vikings answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back in the 4th quarter.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
180.
Goff going to move his guys around a bit. Now a give to Gibbs, running left.
And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line.
125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
180.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
On the give. Here's Gibbs. And a pretty good burst there as he gets this across midfield and down to the 46.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
6-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Hand off now to Gibbs.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
36-yard line.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Gibbs straight ahead.
And this time not quite to the 30, only down at the 31-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll run it with Gibbs.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there. And now, in this situation, we should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd and 4.
Now 2nd and 4.
Cut. 180.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, Parker. They are 3 timeout.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Here's Gibbs.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure the investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure it's enough time to continue to do that.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here comes 2nd down.
Corner. We go. 180. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. What's that?
Now it's gone. And it's caught. He takes it across for a touchdown. They've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Extra point splits the uprights. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
17-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, but a great tackle there. Going to hold him to no gain as the clock runs. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Here's 2nd down.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
.27 seconds to play as they come up on a 2nd down.
They'll look to throw.
Completes this to Jefferson.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Huge play there. Now, do you use that timeout or try to hustle it up?
He'll look to throw.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
To throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game.
Intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
The only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Detroit, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL